By all means, guard against anything or anyone that wants to deplete you of the strength that God has given you. When strength is gone, the vision will not survive. There's certain assignment that cannot be fulfilled with the natural strength. This is where God add the extra to the ordinary and you do extraordinary things. This was the case of Samson. Samson was a man that had the strength and the might that God gave him because his assignment was critical. His assignment was different. Samson did not have an army. It was a one-man army, so he needed the supernatural strength that God endowed him with. Here are lessons to learn from this story. Delilah nagged Samson until he divulged his secret. The enemy will be persistent in trying to get to your weaknesses. The enemy will be persistent in trying to attack you mentally so that your strength will be revealed and also depleted. You must be able to fight against anything that the enemy might want to bring, any weapon the enemy is bringing to fight against your mental state. When the Philistines came, they cut off 7 of the locks of his dread. The hair was still there, but they cut the longest part. There were 7 locks on the head, and those were the only things that were cut off. By the time Samson woke up, yes, he could still feel the hair, but the locks were gone. The super on top of the natural was already gone. He arose, he tried to do things in the natural, he tried to do things in his ordinary strength, and he could not because the enemies were too much for him. He lost his strength, and after he lost his strength, vision was gone as well. That means every vision God has given unto you needs strength to be able to accomplish them. And if the enemy is able to deplete you of strength, that vision will not survive. And how would the enemy deplete you of strength? Through the nagging, the enemy being persistent in doing everything he can do to make sure that that strength is depleted. After he lost his sight, the sight was not restored. The strength was restored, but the vision was never the same. At times, some things will never remain the same again. If the enemy has his way in our lives, this is why we must make sure that we don't back down for anybody. We don't back down for the devil. We don't back down for any situation, and we push through the help of the Holy Spirit.